Let's talk about the F1 modified front axle. The front axle is nothing but our steering system. The steering system mainly consists of a 12-tooth gear and the drive rack. When installing, we need to ensure that the gear and the rack are engaged, and the cross shaft should be in a vertical state. What does vertical state mean? That is to say, normal car wheels should be horizontal and forward, so that the car can run in a straight line. In this state, the gear and the rack are in a centered state. It's the rack inside this rod. Then there is a 12-tooth gear for output and input. Then this shaft is the entire rotation axis. Turning this shaft will make the wheels turn left and right. We need to ensure that the wheel is in a horizontal forward position. This shaft is cross-shaped, is also in a vertical state. Then our steering servo is installed. Must be powered on and tested before installation to ensure that the cross direction is also in a vertical state. This milling machine has two sides. The side with letters. The holes are deep holes. The deep hole means that it has a unit thickness of the hole. Our normal 2-unit black pin can be inserted halfway, like this state. This is the side with letters. The side without letters is smooth. This hole is a half hole, which means the bolt can only be inserted halfway. We also mentioned it in the design. So we use this kind of half-hole bolt. We need to insert the half-hole side, which is the side without letters. Plug it in. In this way, the rudder will not move left and right. It will be fixed. Then we can test it next. The steering can turn left and right. Let's talk about some common problems in the process of. Several common problems. All F1 models. The rear axle is basically this structure. This is an electric motor and then connected to our differential. The differential is connected to a set of reduction gears and transmission shaft and transmits it to the front engine. It's connected. The most common problem is the problem of the motor's installation direction. We also mentioned on the drawings. This square area is where the motor wires should go up. That is to say, the rear axle of our car. This side is the upward direction of the car. This side is the bottom of the car. This line must be installed upwards, because if the motor wire outlet is facing down, the line will go down from here and go like this. It will affect some installations below. So when we install it, we should pay attention to the orientation of the motor, and the line should be facing up, so that when we install the electric strip later, it will be much more convenient to route the wires. Another thing is the engine linkage. We also mentioned the engine linkage in the manual. Like in this step, our engine is installed. We need to check the connection between the cross shaft and engine. That is to say, this cross shaft is connected to the engine through this reduction gear ratio and then connect to our engine, so that it can achieve the linkage between a tire and the engine. We need to test it. Hold one side of the tire, because it has a differential, and turn the other tire. The engine can rotate normally, and our gear will also rotate with it. This can prove that our engine linkage is working properly. Hold one side of the tire like this, and then turn the other side. The front engine cylinder has up and down changes. Only in this way can our rear axle be in a perfect state to proceed to the next installation. Now our electrical system has been installed. Another point to note is the servo. The servo's cable. When inserting it, be sure to pay attention to the direction. The dark line represents the negative pole. The light yellow wire is the signal line. We insert it on the same channel. The right side is negative, so it should be plugged like this. If you insert it backwards, it will not respond. Like this. This is a common problem. Then we can test its steering. Now the wheels are in the middle position, and the maximum travel in both directions. So if the wheels are tilted to one side, the wheels are biased to one side, we open the remote control cover. The upper left one is to adjust the wheel's neutral position. That is to say, when you are at rest. Now the wheel is slightly tilted to the left. We can adjust the knob in the upper left corner. To adjust its steering angle in the static state. Direction of the steering angle. Now it is horizontal and forward. Then rotate it again. To ensure that the wheels are always facing forward. Then we also have the choice of measurement, which can adjust the percentage. Now it's 100%, which means the maximum travel distance for left and right turns. We can turn it down a bit. Now it's adjusted to 50%, so the wheel will not travel the maximum distance. It only turns a little. You can adjust it according to your needs. Because when the car is running at high speed, if you turn the wheel at a large angle, the car will float, so we need to adjust it carefully. We can reduce the amount of rotation. Just press this knob. If you want to adjust the direction, this is the first channel. The pink button on the far left is channel 1. Let's take a look. Now if we turn the knob to the left, the wheel turns left too. We can reverse the direction switch of the knob channel. To reverse it, now turn it left, it should turn right. This can be adjusted according to your preference.